Hi friends, it's Anna. I know I was supposed to have filmed this last night after church. Let's just say that, as usual with the holiday weekend, nothing has gone like I expected it to go. But I'm going to go over with you my melting choices for this month of September. I have my list here of prompts and choices. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually go over with you my list of prompts, because for 2 weeks I have, you notice there's 2 colors on my thing, because for 2 weeks I have 2 challenges I'm trying to do every day. Sometimes the waxes match up, sometimes they don't. And so some days I have 2 waxes I'm actually trying to warm because of both challenges. So I am going to read you my list of prompts, and then we'll go through and I'll show you the waxes that I've chosen for each one of those prompts. So day 1, okay, so yesterday being the first, only Patricia Gates' challenge was going, and she just said, sneak in a fall scent. And so because of that, I chose, I have a mineral wax bucket over here too, and I gotta get it, and I do have 1 brick that I will show you that from one of the days. So I have to grab a couple more things. For a couple of days. Okay. So for her prompt that says sneak in a fall scent, I used up a triangle of this pumpkin coffee. I went ahead and just put it in 1 warmer in here because yesterday being Sunday, we spent a majority of our day at church. And I know that's how every Sunday goes for us, and I knew we would have choir practice, and so I would not have a ton of time, even Sunday afternoon, to have the warmer on. So I just put 1 little triangle. I think this is let's see who this is. It says rich butter, hint of coconut, creamy pumpkin, clove, nutmeg, spiced caramel, sweet cream. And it's from Wilson & Son Spoon Company. And I don't know if that vendor is even still open. This is one I was given in a random act of kindness. And they do their melts in this little pie, in these little pie piece shaped pours. So I just put 1 little piece into one of my warmers yesterday. That, I think I have it for another day, so I'm going to leave it up here because I'll show it to you again. Now we're getting into where I have either multiple prompts or days that haven't happened yet. So I'm going to read prompts first. For today, the 2nd, Patricia Gates' challenge was to warm a scent that works well for you. And then Martha over at Martha's Fragrance Corner, her challenge started today. And her challenge was to warm something that made you think of the fair. So I have put in my 2 warmers in here. I put in Rainbow Melts, Ghosts and Goblins. This is Cafe Espresso and Caramel Cookies. And this just I guess it's the caramel in it. But it very much makes me think of our local fair here, which is not till October. But I was like, I'm gonna run that. So I've done that today, and I think that's the only day I have that one chosen for this challenge. So I need to put it back away because we're done with it for the month. But look, I only have 1 more warm of it in here. I've got 2 little pieces down in there, and I'll finish it up. So it'll probably get warm today in October too, just to use it up. I have tomorrow, the 3rd, Patricia Gates said to warm something kid approved because school is back in. And Martha's challenge said to warm something that makes you think of going for a walk. A walk in the fall woods. And so I'm trying to think to remember exactly what I chose for what day. So hold on. Hold tight. I have a little testers that I'm warming for different things. Oh, for the kid approved scent, I am going to warm Scary Good, because this is like, what kid would not love all the sweetness that is in? Let me make sure I'm not missing. Oh, no, I know what I said. I was going to warm Caramel Apple Craze for kid approved, because when you go in the fall, like, what do kids always want? They always want all of the special fall treats and the things, and like, something about a caramel apple in the fall is just so special. So I'm gonna warm Caramel Apple Craze probably in my bedroom tomorrow for that, and for a scent that makes you think of going on a walk. A walk in the woods. I'm going to warm a cube of Mandalorian Air of Adventure, because this is very just outdoorsy. Like, I don't even remember. I think it's like sage and silver mist and I don't know. But it is so, like, I just have this, like, perfect, crisp fall day image in my mind with this scent. So I'm going to warm a cube of that. Again, I think I have it. Oh, jeez. Okay, hold on. As usual, dropping things. But what do we say? It's not a video until you drop something, right? I think I have that down for another day, so I'm going to put it over there because we'll be showing it again in a minute. Let's see. My other prompts: a spice blend scent for Patricia Gates, and then Martha said warm something with an earthy note. I'm going to warm the sample, and by the way, this is on September 4th. This is from Kay's Kay Scented Melts. It's a sample that Etta had sent me in one of the packages that she had sent me some things from multiple vendors. Rustic Fall, Cranberry, Oak, Nutmeg, and Spice. And so Patricia's thing said a spice blend, meaning it had 2 or more spice notes, nutmeg, and spice, so that qualifies. And then it's called Rustic Fall, and for some reason that just, it gives me, I'm guessing it's that oak in it. It gives me a very earthy vibe to it, and I'm just, oh my gosh, and it's perfect. It's a little pumpkin. And so I'm going to cut this little pumpkin in half and warm it in here, in the 2 warmers in here. And that will be so great because it's a 1 day empty. So that's amazing. I'm so excited about that. And then for the 5th, Patricia Gates said to warm a scent with peach or blueberry. And Martha said to warm a scent with apple on her challenge. So I have picked out 2 waxes for the 5th. That's for Thursday. I have picked out this. This was from Steph at Steph Loves Life. And it is from a Swanky sponge cake sampler. This is strawberry, blueberry, sponge cake, and buttercream icing. So it fits the blueberry note on Patricia's prompt. And then for Martha's thing about doing an apple scent, I'm going to warm her tester of a peeling apple. And yes, I just opened it and flashed the lid at you because I'm so used to doing that. Because I asked Etta about it and she said that she thought that I should test it out and enjoy being able to test the scent, because I did not get this scent of the month kit and I never did get this scent. I know that Honeycrisp Harvest is probably similar, and I'm going to have that one in my club. But she wanted me to try this out, so I'm going to put that in my bathroom on the 5th. And that's what I'm going to warm that day. To meet both challenges, trying to put things out of the way. For the 6th, which is Friday, Patricia's prompt was to melt a scent for a lazy day. And Martha's prompt was to melt something that was for moon or nighttime. So I'm going to melt some L3. And by the way, for those of you that might not have seen, L3 is not closing. This is my all-time favorite blend of hers that I have tried, that she does. And I don't understand, but I love this. I don't know what's so special about it, but I love it. It's called Snow White Slumber, and it's her Snow White's Downfall oil, which I'm sure that is probably a blend of all of the apple oils that she had, or multiple apple oils that she has. I don't know. Mixed with a sweet lavender. So summer, this is the one I was telling you that you need to try. And I will still send you a piece of it. I mean, it's going to be a while because I'm waiting on temperatures to just chill out, because I don't know. I mean, it's still just so hot here. But, and I know I'm here in Georgia, you're in Alabama. I know it's still hot for you too. But, oh my word, y'all. I've already chopped up some of these tarts. And this is multiple bags of tarts that I had put together. That's why it's so full. Oh, y'all, I cannot even wait. And so that one wax will work for both prompts. And so I'll probably have that. I might even break my own rule about not putting vendor wax in my special Snow White warmer, because I'm so protective of it. And just because the name is Snow White Slumber, and it's lavender, and it'll go, oh gosh, it's going to be beautiful in the bedroom. I think I'm going to break my own rule and put that in the bedroom. I can cotton clean up it out and it'll be perfectly fine. It's not really going to damage the warmer. I don't know why I'm so panicky about that warmer, but I am, because it's extra special. Okay. Then, for the 7th, Patricia's prompt was a fresh scent, and Martha says a smoky or woods scent. So I'm going to use butterscotch plum, sweet plum smothered with vanilla, butterscotch, a hint of bourbon, and sugared musk. And I think it's the bourbon and the musk and how they play together, but this makes me, it seems very woodsy, smoky to my nose, but I love it. I love the plum in it too, so I'm gonna use that for that prompt. And then I think, did I pick something else for, oh yeah, for a fresh scent? I'm gonna put a cube of glacier water in for the fresh scent prompt. Okay. Move that one over here. I'm gonna have wax everywhere by the time this is done. Okay. Next. Game day was the prompt for both challenges on the 8th. And I thought that was so funny. That's the other day I had chosen to do Mandalorian, Air of Adventure. Okay, I'm gonna put, you know what? Sit that there. Get it together. Y'all know this is only the second time I've done this, so I'm not very good at doing these. Since the other day I'd chosen to do Mandalorian, Air of Adventure because it almost, when I think of football, I think of it's a guy's thing. The only football I've ever been interested in was when I was in high school and I would go to my Friday night football games. And honestly, I was so sports ignorant, okay? I did not know anything about football. I remember going to my first home game. I only went to home games because I don't drive, so my family, we would only get it together to go to home games. I went to my first game and call her my sister. Her name's Brooke. She's not related at all. But she literally is like family. She goes on vacations with us and everything too. And she also graduated from the same high school. So she's like, I'll come and go to games with y'all. And she came and we had the first, she sat on one side of me, my dad sat on the other side of me, and I've never known anything about football in my life. And the first quarter, they're explaining everything to me. Second quarter starts, y'all. And of course, they switch directions on the field, but I didn't know that. And I looked at Brooke and I said, why are they going the wrong way? I literally knew nothing about football. So, to my point, I just think of football more as a man's thing. This, to me, is a fresh, clean, masculine scent. Although it is very outdoorsy, it also, that's the kinds of scents that, and I guess I am with Chris from Dazzling Scents with Chris, and that masculine doesn't always mean cologne. It just means, would a man enjoy this scent? And this is one that every time I put it in, my brother comments on this, and I don't know if he doesn't even know that it's a Star Wars scent. He does love Star Wars, but he doesn't even know that it's a Star Wars scent. So I just think it's funny because it's green and the field is green, and it's kind of it's one of the men in my house's favorites, and football I kind of think of as a man's thing. So we're going to do some more Mandalorian. So that's exciting because this will be down to no more than 2 cubes left by the end of this month. So I'm loving that these challenges help me get through the wax. Day 9, or the 9th, which is Patricia Gates' prompt said to warm a sapphire colored wax for the September birthstone. Martha's prompt said a fresh or rainy day scent. So I pulled out, and I do have a brick, but this is a cube I had pulled out of a brick. I was going to give it to a friend, and long story short, she lost her mind. She thinks I've gone, she like literally thinks that I'm against her no matter what I say. So I asked her, did she want the waxes? And she said no, but some of them I gave to another friend who had made a big Scentsy order with me. But since the couple of these happen to be a couple of my favorites, there were certain cubes I didn't give her. I just kept, and maybe that's bad. I probably should have given them to this other customer. But this is Fluffy Fleece, which is a favorite of mine. And I might be hitting Martha up for some of her club bars, because I thought I had clubbed this bar. At one point I had clubbed it. And the Forever Flannel. And when I was doing a club edit, I thought I was removing Forever Flannel, and I accidentally removed Fluffy Fleece. I do have a majority of a brick, but when that's gone, I'm probably going to be hitting Martha up for some of her bars, because I am so mad at myself over losing that bar. But I'm going to use part of this cube that day. So, and that's hard, because when you're using a wax, you know you can't get any more. That's extra hard. But maybe Martha would share, so maybe I could get it back. For the 10th, Patricia said warm a citrus scent, and Martha said warm a fruity, cinnamon, or cider scent. So I am going to use one wax. Again, this is a day when I can use one wax and meet both prompts. Sweet Orange Pomander. It is an orange spiced cider scent. So I'm meeting all the prompts. And that's what we're going to warm. And again, I have a part of a brick of this. But this is another one of those cubes I had pulled out for my friend before I don't know what happened. Like, she's diagnosed with lots of physical and mental health issues. And truly, I think there's probably some more mental undiagnosed stuff that she just won't allow them to do tests on, because she doesn't want to hear that there's more wrong with her. But, okay, y'all don't come to these videos for this kind of conversation. I'm sorry. Then on the 11th, Patricia gave us a free melt for 9/11 to celebrate freedom. Martha said hay or barnwood scent. So I have chosen, you guys, you're going to be proud of me. This is another one of those using something that right now I'm not able to replace. Only because I know the ability to replace it will return. I chose Sassy Girl Aroma Sawdust Days. Caramel Apple. What does it say? Oh gosh, Edda's little label is faded on this one. Caramel Apple. Crunchy salted brown sugar vanilla. Okay. So you're like, how does that even fit? When I smell this all together, and the name, like Sawdust Days, it just gives me a picture of, my grandpa he works with wood. He is amazing with wood. The ramp that's built on my house, he built for us. And this, when I smell this, I just literally, like, Sawdust Days is the perfect name for this, because I can smell sawdust in this. I don't know what is giving it that. Again, some of the scent notes are faded off, so I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't read every single scent note. But somehow I get a sawdust, like, barn note in this. And so I'm going to use that up. And there's 4 little brittle squares, which means it will be used in one warming day. But I'm still excited about that. That was a sample from Etta. For the 12th, Patricia said a pear scent. Martha said a warm and cozy scent. So I kind of hold on. I did not have pear scents that I had out. So for a warm and cozy scent, I'm not sold on exactly what I'm gonna do yet. I will either warm, and you'll notice a cube of this is missing. We'll talk about this in a minute. I will either warm this, which is sandalwood and cranberries, which the sandalwood gives me the cozy vibes, and it's actually going in my bedroom right now. We'll talk about that in a minute. Or I will warm some more fluffy fleece, depending on how much of this cube I have left, trying to use it up. Or I will warm the other choice that I have for that potential for that day is to do either, and this is a personal favorite, but I do have it down for some other days, so I'm not sure if I want to, like, I don't want to go crazy with it, because this is another scent that I did have in my club and I don't have anymore. Long story, but I lost it, and I don't have, this is not all I have of it, but I don't have very many bars, and I'm not sure I want to be done with it. I'll either warm, potentially I might do Scary Good, or I also might do Pumpkin Tiramisu. So I have a lot of choices for that for the 12th. For the 13th, Patricia said warm a dark scent for Friday the 13th. Martha said warm a cranberry or a berry scent. So I know that that day I'm going to warm more sandalwood and cranberry. So that means I'm probably not going to do it on the 12th. Because I tend not to do the same scent multiple, to put the same scent in multiple days in a row. For the 14th, Patricia said warm a dessert scent. Martha said a scent that reminds you of a walk in the woods. So I'm going to do Evil Queen. Just one bite. And now this is broken very weird, okay? I don't understand what happened, but somehow it had broken really weird. And when I used one cube previously last month, this to me smells just like, we make these things called apple dumplings in our house. We take crescent roll dough, Granny Smith apples. We slice up the Granny Smith apples. We put a slice of Granny Smith apple, wrap it in crescent roll dough. We put this in a casserole dish that has a stick of butter, and it's got like cinnamon and nutmeg and all kinds of spices down in the butter. And then we pour, and I know this sounds crazy, y'all, but we pour a can of Mountain Dew over the top of that, and then put another stick of butter. And there's like vanilla and, oh gosh, there's all kinds of like spices and stuff in the butter, right? And then we cook it just till the crescent roll dough is cooked. Oh my word, these things are so good. And this, because of the spice and the apple, like this is my favorite apple cinnamon scent that Scentsy does. And it does help that it's Snow White's Evil Queen, and y'all know I love Snow White. So, but I'm gonna warm that. And it also, you're like, but Walk in the Woods. Well, that I'm using, alright, maybe it's a stretch, but the Evil Queen gives me the Walk in the Woods vibes, because where is it that she comes to Snow White after she's walked through the forest to the dwarf's cottage, right? If you've seen the movie, she's at the dwarf's cottage about to go out and clean up the yard when the old hag comes to the door. So she would have probably, my thought is always that she, if the old hag had not shown up when she did, Snow White would have ventured into the woods. So the old hag might have been trying to kill her, but she also kept her from leaving the cottage, which is, I always think that's why the dwarfs were able to get back and build the coffin for her, and then the prince could come and find her. Anyway, y'all, I love Snow White. You know this. So, yeah, a little bit of a stretch, but I'm doing that day. Okay. Then I'm going to day 15. We have a nighttime scent for Patricia Gates. A pumpkin scent for Martha. They said classic pumpkin spice. I will probably either warm, and this is another day I'm not 100% decided. I'll either warm Scary Good, which I know technically I don't think has pumpkin in the notes, but to me it smells like a pumpkin spice. Or I will warm, and you're thinking, but the prompt said nighttime. Okay, bear with me, because I am such a pumpkin spice lover. It is a comfort and relaxation thing for me. I will potentially also warm some pumpkin tiramisu, because like just that, like having a pumpkin tiramisu to me is, it gives me the pumpkin coffee vibes. Having that pumpkin coffee and just chilling, like, of course I would make it a decaf, but having that pumpkin coffee and just chilling before bed, you know, that works for that for me. So I might end up doing that. Now we're back to days of just Patricia Gates. She said, Team Apple or Team Pumpkin? Melt according to your preference. Obviously, I've said a million times I'm Team Pumpkin. So I'm going to do something pumpkin. I have thought about going back. Let's see what I actually wrote on here. Number 15. I wrote pumpkin tiramisu on my other one. I was doing another note. But I also might warm this pumpkin coffee. I'll either way, they're pumpkin and coffee. Either pumpkin tiramisu or pumpkin coffee from Wilson & Son. And both of them are partial, so it doesn't really matter because I'm using it up either way. The next, on the 17th, says to melt a friend's fave. Well, I'm not exactly sure that she would call this her favorite scent note, because I actually don't think she super loves the scent notes. But I know she doesn't hate the scent notes. I'm going to do a cube of Ursula for my sweet friend Melissa Johnson-Haight. I might cheat completely and do my mix that I told her about and she loves too. Which is Ursula, Rainbows and Butterflies, and Angel together. That is representative of how my precious friend Rita, who is amazing, and she's actually in the other room as I'm recording this, and y'all, she basically stays here all the time, and her Ursula and my Dusty, like, how I know they would have all been friends. And actually, my Rita and Dusty were really good friends for a year and a half. 2 years. Something. I think it was more like 2 years, because it was 6 months before I would talk to her without somebody else with me, and she fought for 2.5 years. So for about 2 years, they were really good friends. Because once I was comfortable with Dusty on my own, then my Rita immediately was talking to her. So I might cheat and do that next, but I'm definitely going to warm Ursula for Melissa, and we will think of her, and we will, oh gosh, I have oils all over me, because Evil Queen and Ursula are both very, 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 very juicy. For the 18th, it says warm a cinnamon scent, so I'm going to pull out a bar. Straight Cinnamon Bear. And I'm gonna warm Cinnamon Bear. Okay. If you've had at Valentine's Day those jelly hearts that are cinnamon, I love this. That's what this smells like to me. So I don't understand. I mean, that is, Valentine's Day technically is still a winter holiday, but to me that's kind of like you're moving towards spring. I don't really understand why we have cinnamon only in the fall-winter catalog. I do realize that it is in a lot of fall and a lot of Christmas baking and things. But Cinnamon Bear should be a year-round scent, honestly. But I'm going to pull out a bar of Cinnamon Bear, and I'm going to warm that. Warm a scent a pirate might warm for the 19th. And so I had multiple thoughts. I will either warm more glacier water, because pirates can be in the colder water. Oh my word, okay. Can't get these waxes to sit where they need to. Or I'll warm another cube of Ursula, maybe not, because I'd be really kind of close together, because there is an aquatic note in that. Or I will warm this, let's see, did I have, I had, for the 19th, for a pirate, I had down glacier water, so I probably will do more glacier water. It helps if I actually look at, see, I wrote the prompt on one page and what I'm actually picked out to warm on another page, so that might help me if I would actually look at them both. Last time, because I only had one challenge for every single day, I was able to write the prompt and the wax on the same page. But with having 2 challenges, certain days of this, I couldn't do that. For day 20, it's a sunflower wax, which is so fitting because my Dusty, y'all, her favorite flower was sunflowers, and so this is beautiful that I get to do. And she was a September birthday, so I get to celebrate her birthday with a birthstone wax that happens to be one of my favorites. I get to do a sunflower wax for her. The sunflowers were her favorite flower, so I'm going to do a cube of Here Comes the Sunflowers for that day. Oh my word. Y'all are like, can she just hurry up? I can. Sorry. For the 21st, I have down Fluffy Fleece, because it said warm a calming scent, so I will be cutting up some more of that Fluffy Fleece cube, Because my brick cubes, I cut them in 4 to 6 pieces, depending on what I'm trying to do. And Fluffy Fleece is strong. So, for the 22nd, it says warm a fall fave. So I have down pumpkin tiramisu because, y'all, pumpkin tiramisu was the second bar I ever put in my club. I literally am so sad about not having it anymore. I know it was on the voting list for Bring Back My Bar this time, and I'm just praying it comes back. If it comes back, it's going back in my club. For the 23rd, I have down Patricia said a fall mix. So I thought I would do a mix and put Scary Good and Caramel Chestnut together. You guys, I've not actually, you can see these are full bars. I've not actually done the mix, but I smelled them together when I was pulling waxes just randomly. And oh my word. Because I've not done it, I won't give full opinions yet. But I think this is probably going to be a winter mix. And you probably should try it. I'll let you know after I've warmed it. It won't be you won't see the bars discussed in my empties. But that week I will tell you about that mix. I promise. Okay, for the 24th, the prompt said, a coffee shop vibe. So pumpkin coffee. For the 25th, the prompt said, warm an apple scent. So I actually think that's when I had chosen to do caramel apple craze. Or not caramel apple craze. This appealing apple tester. Because I said doing caramel apple craze was both kid approved and an apple scent. So I think for the prompt that said apple, was when I was going to do this appealing apple tester. Then Patricia said warm a scent that starts with S. So I'm gonna warm some more Scary Good because this is like freaking quintessential fall and I'm just so excited. Okay, I know I keep saying y'all just bear with me. The next day was a scent, the prompt was a scent that evoked travel for you. And so for me, I am going to warm oh my word, some of this Mandarin Moon, because let's see, this was a gift from Ashley P on YouTube. And I thought she had scent notes on it, but it's not. It's just her label that she puts on her giveaway. Her giveaway bars. But this one to me is less spice. It's just more fresh citrus, like bright citrusy, and kind of gives me that tropical feel, which to me, like, we just came back from my cruise in June. Like, anytime I think travel right now, that's what I want to remember. So I'm going to warm some of this and try to remember and evoke all the fun memories from that trip. Because this smells like a drink we had on the cruise ship. It was called Zombie Punch. It was at the comedy club one night. But that Mandarin Moon bar smells just like it, so I'm gonna warm that. For the 28th, a cider scent. So, Sweet Orange Pomander. We'll finish, or maybe not finish, but use some more of that cube. Maybe finish in 2 ones with a brick cube. I'm not sure. For the 29th, melt a scent with leaves in it. So I have a tester of banana leaf and bamboo. It literally is just because it says leaf in it that I was like, oh, I can use up another tester, have another lid in Brother Jim's collection. And this is an ongoing, like, long-term project, but anytime I can use the testers to fit a prompt, I like to get them in there, because the quicker we can fill up bags, the quicker he can pay for people's treatments. And then finally, day 30, Patricia said melt a pumpkin scent. So I'm going to melt some pumpkin roll. Because, just... Oh, pumpkin roll. Anyway, I'm loving that I get to get into all my fall pumpkins and pumpkins. I'm a pumpkin spice crazy girl, so I'm so excited about this. These waxes are so fun, and I do have pulled out one extra vendor wax just because I'm like, there has to be a way to maybe use this on one of the calming nights. Maybe one of the nighttime blend kind of things. This is that Baccarat Rouge 540 dupe, the 540 perfume dupe that Steph sent me that's from Sweet Tooth Scents that I'm just dying to have. And something about just this gentle, like, sweet perfumey scent in the bedroom. Like, I am thinking that that would fit one of those calming night things, maybe. So maybe if I don't want to repeat Snow White Slumber, or I don't want to repeat Fluffy Fleece or whatever, then I'd have this in there. That's the only extra wax that I have pulled that didn't have an exact, like, this is when I'm going to warm this. So, there you go. I know this was super scattered, but remember, this is only my second time doing this type of video, and it will get better. Until next time, friends, please remember that I love you. And please, have a blessed day on purpose.